Movement is what truly separates Apex Legends from any other first-person shooter. The amount of creativity that you can have in Apex is insane, and due to all the different movement techs out there, your skill potential in this game is limitless. With this video, I'm going to teach you basic and advanced movement techniques that will make you more evasive, you will win more games, and it'll help you look super flashy in game, because that's what it's all about, right? Winning and looking good doing it. Since there's so many different techs that I'm going to cover, I'll be sure to post timestamps so you guys can get to those advanced techniques. If you guys do want to skip the basic stuff, you're going to be able to quickly access them. Now, before we hop right into the video, I am going to be giving away free Apex 16 Battle Pass. If you are subscribed to the channel and you like and comment on this video, you are eligible to win a Battle Pass for Season 16, and I will announce the winner before Season 16 drops. I also host custom lobbies, so join the Discord as well, which will be in the description below, and stay up to date on my live streams so you can join us for some fun custom lobbies where you can win prizes there as well. With that being said, let's hop right into this video. So starting out, I just want to quickly cover the basics because these can be used as a building block and a foundation for those later techniques that we'll have later on in the video. Keep in mind, I do have my auto sprint set to on. This and having crouch on hold. Later on, you'll be able to do things like super glide. So that's a really advanced technique, and you're not really able to do that without having auto sprint on and also having crouch button on hold. So those are just two things to consider. If you don't play those, try them out with your movement. Another thing is you're going to see on the right corner of your screen that I am showing my inputs. I have set my controller settings to be custom. You want to make your thumbs always be on thumbsticks with movement. So you'll see that when I do hit that crouch button, my right analog is going to be pressing down. That way you guys can know when I'm pressing, the crouch button, you'll see that the right D-pad is being pressed down. Getting into this first technique, we got a simple slide jump. So in order to move at the fastest speed when you're getting from point A to point B in Apex, we got the slide jump. Now with this technique, this is going to get you up to 299 velocity in this game, which is super fast, right? Now you will get a dead slide. For example, if I slide and jump, and then I only take 3 steps after that slide jump, I'll get a dead slide. 1, 2, 3. So you see the dead slide where I did not gain velocity. I did not gain momentum. Now, if you take 4 steps between slide jumps, so you 1, 2, 3, 4, then you can hit it again and keep momentum. So this is kind of what you want to do while you're traversing the map. You want to take those 4 steps between, slide with that crouch button, and then quickly press jump, and then keep on sprinting. Another way to gain momentum with a basic technique is the jump slide. This can actually be super useful when you need to buy time and keep momentum to throw off your enemy from hitting you while you're like trying to switch weapons or reloading. So all you got to do is jump and then hold your left analog whichever direction you want to go, and then you input that crouch button. Pretty easy. After that, we have the wall jump technique. The most important thing to do is when you make contact with the wall is you don't implement any other directional buttons, right? Or you don't press anything. Pressing any other buttons, you're gonna just kind of not go anywhere. You're not gonna bounce off of it. So what I'm doing is I'm running at the wall, I'm sliding, jumping into the wall. As soon as I make contact with the wall, again, I am pressing that jump button, and then I'm looking the direction that I want to go to. Now, say you have a target on the other side of this wall right here, then you can kind of change your angle of where you're facing or where your back is turned. That way you can kind of approach that target and take them down pretty quickly with some style points. Now, once you get consistent with the wall jump, you can use it to go over walls without mantling. So a mantle is obviously like when you use your hands to climb up the wall. You can do the same exact thing for the wall bounce, just this time when you do make contact with the wall, you're going to hold your analog stick towards the wall. So it'll look something similar to this. Edge sliding is another simple technique that can increase your momentum and give you more speed in game. If you time when you hold crouch while sprinting, you can basically grind off the edges of any surface, kind of like a skateboard. This is a useful technique and super easy to, consistently keep you gaining speed throughout games. So it's just as simple as that you're just basically grinding off the edge of surfaces. You're just holding crouch as soon as you get to the end, and it'll give you a little bit more speed to keep kind of moving about the map. Next, let's get into more difficult or advanced controller movement techniques. We have one that you might not consider it a movement tech, but I definitely do know and think so. The mid-air armor swap on controller. First off, in order to crouch in death boxes, you need to remap your crouch button to anything other than B or circle. So an easy way to move in a death box on controller is to simply crouch, but a more advanced and effective way to move in a death box is the mid-air armor swap. All you need to do with this is jump with A and then immediately hold X to open up the box, then quickly scroll down with the right analog stick and press A on the armor to swap before you hit the ground. In order to have the best movement on controller, like I said before, I highly recommend finding a setup that allows you to keep your right thumb on the thumbstick at all times. Another way to move and loot on controller is the sprinting armor swap or sprinting in a box. In order to do this, you need to have auto sprint turned on. You can hold X once you get to the box, continue running, and then you can quickly grab whatever you need before you run too far away from that box. Following death box movement, ziplines are a big part of the gameplay in Apex. Most players obviously know how to do a simple zipline jump where you interact and then you just press jump right after, but you can actually travel much further by pressing interact and then jump twice. So you can see how much further you're able to travel if you do hit that jump button twice right after the interact. You can also do this technique, but with horizontal zip lines as well. All you have to do with this is look up towards the zip, and then you just press X and then A twice to get massive air and be a really difficult target. You can also reload this way, where if you need to like buy time with the zip line, of course you could just press X and then A twice, and then boom, you're just pulling off some flashy moves. In order to quickly change direction on the zipline like fade, you need to hold your interact button. So hold X on Xbox, then quickly turn 180 degrees and press jump. You can do this 2 times in a row for some crazy zipline movement, especially in the construction building on World's Edge. You might have to have a little bit quicker of a sensitivity to do this effectively, but there you can see that I was able to jump forward this way, turn around, and then grab the zipline again and jump backwards. One of the most famous movement techs in all of Apex is the tap strafe. Currently only PC players and then also controller players using Steam are allowed to tap strafe, but don't worry console players, the next tip is console exclusive. My current setup for being able to tap strafe on PC with controller replaces my ability to click down on the left analog for sprint with the ability to tap strafe. Since I play with auto sprint on, I don't need to click down on my left stick anyway. I replaced that left stick click usage for Steam inputs. These are the Steam inputs that I currently use if you want to copy them on Steam, and then I use my Xbox controller application to make left analog click down the same as a back paddle on my controller. So for me, in order to tap strafe in game, I just need to slide jump, then hold my back paddle to initiate the tap strafe, and then move my right analog to the direction I want to go. Now, it is impossible to complete a tap strafe on console because there is no lurch in the console version of Apex, but what you can do as a console player is what is called a flick strafe. In order to complete a flick strafe, you need to input right or left on your left analog stick the max distance your thumbstick will let you travel. Then with a quick flick, you need to basically combine the W key in this instance with a quick flick forward of that left stick. So you're going to take your thumb from being all the way to the right or all the way to the left and then quickly flick into a right or left diagonal to flick strafe towards a 90-degree turn. The best way to implement on console is off of an Octane jump pad. So why is the super glide an important technique? Well, the super glide is seemingly a broken movement mechanic in Apex Legends where you can grab onto a ledge and you will not lose any momentum, so you can aggressively push that target or be an extremely difficult target to shoot by increasing your momentum and increasing your speed right after your ledge climb. So with this technique, it helps to have auto sprint on. That way, when you reach that climbing peak, the game will receive the input that you are sprinting or moving at a fast speed. Walk over to this area of the firing range, and the very first step is to get the timing down, which is honestly the only thing that is pretty difficult, and I'm still working on being consistent with this technique. Now, in order to pull off this super glide, once you hit the peak of the climb, all you're going to do is either move your left stick forward, left, or right, and press and hold crouch and jump at the exact same time. So guys, just remember, you press your A button to climb up. At the peak of your climb, simply hold jump and crouch at the exact same time and input the direction you want to go, and boom, there you got it. You got the super glide. All right guys, that's it for the controller movement guide today. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. If you want to see more detail regarding super gliding, I did make a video discussing that in way more detail. I'll keep a link in the description below. Also, I do have an ultimate controller guide if you want to check that out if you need a little bit more help with some more advanced techniques like tap strafing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm Grizzy and I'm out. Peace.